Hi, everybody. So, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about letting yourself go or being in a rut and all that comes with that. This actually stemmed from a small conversation I had with somebody at work. It was kind of dead, so I was watching a YouTube video on it's like a eyeshadow palette review, and there was a woman there that saw me watching this, and she said, "I don't know why you people, why you ladies are doing all of that. It's just too much work. You're doing, it's too much work. It's just doing the most these days, all the makeup and the hair and all that." And I was like, "Oh, well, I like to keep myself up. I like to kind of keep myself up and keep myself knowing some of the new stuff." And she was like, "I let that stuff go a long time ago." So it just made me, I made me think, it made me think about people being in a rut, or people just not caring about the way that their appearance. Right. And so this woman was kind of, she was dowdy, she was pretty, but she could tell, well, she said, though she was admittedly saying that she just doesn't care anymore, and so her appearance reflected that, and she didn't really care anymore. And I just feel like you should care about the way that your appearance is. I think your appearance is important. Obviously don't think that it's everything, but don't you think the way you present yourself, you can't just let yourself go because you're not like the young anymore, right?
No, I mean, a lot of older women do this. You know what I mean? They always feel like they've got to a point where, you ever seen like older people say, which is on some level true, but not true.
Right.
Like when older women will say, or men too, will say, the one thing I like about getting older is that you care less about what people think of you.
Yes.
So a lot of people take that really literally. Like, I don't have to do anything to myself physically. I don't have to work out. I don't have to put makeup on. I don't have to do my hair. I can literally, because I could give.
I live my life.
Yeah, like I could give a shit less about what people think of me, and I'm 43, and I disagree with that.
I still care about my appearance.
How you feel inside really shows how you feel on the outside. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't beautiful women or and good-looking men that look good and don't have problems. But what I will say is that when I see someone who is extremely overweight, but then they also look dowdy, and they also
or unkept,
right.
Unkept. Even if you're somebody,
these are just examples.
I feel like just
someone when you don't take care of your mental self on the inside, it will reveal how you really feel on the outside.
Yeah.
So eventually, you're not going to, if you don't take care of yourself, you're eventually going to people are going to see that. It's like if you smoke. If you don't stop smoking, eventually, as you get older, things like that
will
will
catch up to you.
Yeah. So you do have to care about your looks.
If you overeat, then eventually weight is going to catch up to you. Okay, I know this, for just a fact that it'll catch up to you. So I feel like people downplay. Sometimes I feel like when people don't know how to keep up their appearance or have lost their way or in a rut, will kind of I don't say shame. I don't know, shame people who do keep themselves up, and make them feel like, try to make them feel like, oh, that's stupid. You shouldn't be doing all of that. And I'm not saying that you have to be full glam every day and full hair done all the time, makeup and high fashion clothes all the time. I'm not saying you have to go down that road, but I do think there's something to be said for just keeping yourself up. This woman, she had like mismatched clothes. She didn't really, her hair wasn't done. You know what I mean? Like she
really
wasn't into her life anymore. I actually sparked a small conversation because she brought it up. Like she's the one that saw me watching the video. So and she's the one that chose to
But don't you find it,
like,
not to interrupt you, but don't you find it interesting though that she felt okay telling you to not, that you're wasting your time.
Wasting my time.
But if you were to tell her she looked dowdy,
then
you would have been the
bad
person that was the bad person.
Right.
So it does matter.
Yeah. And I decided to say something, like spark up a conversation, because she decided to talk about what I was watching and to say that I just needed to brush it off. I decided to ask her about, why she's dressing the way she is, why she looks the way that she does, and she said that she's just not, when she was younger, it was fun to do the, to get all dressed up and all that. She says, when you get older, it really doesn't matter anymore. Who are you trying to impress? She said, I'm not trying to impress anybody. So, what difference does this make? And I'm like,
but why does this is why is it that people feel like getting up and getting dressed in the morning is for other people?
Yeah, I don't get that. I get up and get dressed for myself. I put makeup on for myself. You know what I mean? Like I think, and also, just to be real, like I do like to look nice. So people like compliments. I don't fish for compliments, but I do think it's important how you present yourself to the world. Is just as important to how you mentally are to the world and how the kind of energy you put out there into the world. I think it all matters, right? It all matters,
I mean, if you want to be, especially socially, you know what I mean? Like, I think especially if you're a social person, you know what I mean? It matters. Your outer looks matter.
Right.
If you want to be around people, unfortunately, the first thing people realize about you is your looks. They don't know your personality.
Yeah.
If a man
you're judged by
if a man is asking you out on a date, it's because he first saw you. It's not because he liked your personality.
Right.
That comes second.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the same thing is like a woman, when you see a man. You know what I mean? You see his looks first.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I feel like people want to act like that, and I think a lot of that is because they just don't know how to do it.
Yeah, that's another part of it. I'm like, well, I think makeup's fun. I think it's fun to do. I don't wear don't wear a lot of makeup all the time. Like I don't really wear makeup all the time, but I do like to still keep myself up. And I'm explaining to this lady, I was like, just because these ladies that were on that she was looking at on YouTube when I was watching, I said, just because this person decides to look good every day and put on makeup does not mean that
they're shallow.
Yeah, that she's shallow. It just means that she cares about her appearance. And I feel like everyone should, man, woman, whatever, should care about your appearance. You shouldn't walk out into the world looking a hot mess. I just don't think you should do that. I don't think it's a good look.
Right.
You look like a hot mess. Like I said, it doesn't mean you have to be glammed up. It just means put yourself together. Put yourself together. Look like you're ready. Yeah. You know what I mean? Look like you're ready. So have you seen people walk around looking like they're not, like they just rolled out of bed?
Well, I mean, it's like one of those things, like, if we go to Walmart right now, there will be women there with do-rags on their hair and do-rags in their head. They look like they just rolled right out of bed, and they look awful. And I also feel like a lot of people think that looking good is reserved only for going out and going to work.
Yeah, it's not.
But in your regular life, when you have to go to the store, go to the gas station, then you can just look like a disgusting mess.
Right.
And, I'm one of those people that is against women wearing hair wraps.
In public,
outside of bedroom, outside of their home.
If it's in like you mean like the nightcaps, not like how women wear the
I don't like night
scarf,
caps.
like they make a scarf and make it look cute.
Yeah, but that's different. That's a look. I'm talking about night scarves and hair bonnets.
Yeah,
outside
hair bonnets.
Of
and how do y'all feel about that? Because hair bonnets in public,
it's no good. You know what I mean? It's like when you leave your house, it means you're ready to face the world.
Yeah.
When you're ready to face the world, you should be putting your best foot forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think people, when you just roll out of bed and you literally put on, don't change it. Like there are people who go to Walmart or to any store and they're wearing their night clothes.
Yeah, like nightgowns. Yeah, I've seen people walk in there with robes.
Yeah, with their children, showing their children exactly how you should not be in the regular world.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it just kind of shows you that. But I think people who really, like, I always think, I wonder how many people would hate Kim Kardashian if she wasn't attractive.
Yeah, true.
I mean, most of what people hate about her is
that she keeps up.
That she keeps up. You know what I mean? And she's not afraid to be like a mom and sexy and still works out and and a lot of people, especially women, judge her on that. You know what I mean? She's not my favorite trip to the trip to the ocean. But I will say this. I mean, I get her. You don't. To me, you do have to keep yourself together.
You don't let yourself go just because you're getting older.
Especially if you have children, because I think children can make women forget.
They mimic you. Your kids.
But not only that, I think that children make women forget
Yeah.
about being a woman and not just being a mother.
Yeah, there's two. You're not just a mom. Like I'm not a mom, but I do know a lot of moms, and a lot of them say they're stuck in a rut. Now, so I've had conversations with women who are friends of mine that are moms, and they're like, I'm stuck in a rut. I don't know how to change this. So I'm like, so they just kind of just wash their hands of the whole thing, or just like, oh, whatever. The kids are gonna mess it all up anyways. And I'm like, no, I think that there is, like you're saying, there is that aspect of you. There's you being a mom, which is great and lovely, and but there's also you being you, and you
Being a
still be
woman.
sexy and be a woman. You know what I mean? So I think it's important too. Don't just let yourself go because you had. You have kids. Don't that just can't just be the end for you.
Right.
That's not the end for you. You're still hot.
You're still
you know
a
what I
woman,
mean? You're
right.
still a woman. So
It doesn't matter how old you are. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like, I just think as the older you get, the more you really have to remember who you are. Because I think a lot of people think beauty is only for youth.
Yeah.
And then once you get past a certain age, you're supposed to turn in your beauty card.
Yeah,
and just
you
become
become a
this
grandma
old woman,
again,
right?
yeah.
And that's supposed to be okay. Or when women get married, and we're talking about women only because we are women.
Yeah.
But when women get married and they think, well, I got a husband now.
Yeah.
So I'm done.
With
that.
Yeah.
So now
I got him. So I'm not
I can
going
put on
to,
weight, and I don't have to look I have to go to bed in a bonnet.
I totally disagree
And
with that.
and when men get mad at that, I can see where they get mad at
Like
that.
when they're talking about.
No, when they say they want to go to bed and their wife looks like she's got her hair rolled up in rollers and a bonnet, and then she doesn't look sexy anymore. It's like you did not act like that when I know you didn't act like that when you were dating him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now that you're married to him, you guys gotten comfortable, and now you're just going to let yourself go. I completely
I feel like
I
every
agree
now
with
and-
men on that point.
Every now
Yeah.
and then you really
You
take
need to take it
the
down,
bonnet off.
right.
Yeah, take the bonnet off.
Right.
Get a satin pillowcase.
Right.
You know what I mean? And and kind of look sexy. But I do think you're right. It's like women, some women, will when they get the man, they're like, well, I got him now. He's take
And
me as
also,
I am.
I think if you- right.
He's still he when he first got involved with you, you were obviously attractive, right? You were attracted. You attracted him to you, so you were attractive. I don't think that stops because you got him. I don't, and we can reverse that too with men. It doesn't stop. Just because you got the woman, all of a sudden you just let yourself go. But with women,
I know
so
when this one girl said to me one time, well, just because you look good doesn't mean your husband's not going to look at, doesn't mean that your husband's going to not look at other women. She just like, so, you might as well be comfortable. I said, well, it doesn't mean that it's going to keep him from you, but it doesn't help.
It doesn't help.
It doesn't help you
Right.
to look like a horrible slob, you know what I mean? And then allow him to go out into the world with women who are single, who are still looking and still got their breasts popped up and got their hair looking good. I mean, you're not helping your case.
Yeah, it's true. If a man's going to cheat, he's going to cheat. I'm just. The point
but you're not
is that
helping
you're not
your case
helping.
if you also don't look like anything he wants to come home to.
Like, what made you change? What made
Right.
you? When did the trend? This lady I was telling you from work. She is married, right? And and she just like my husband. We've been together for a while, and he's always wanting me to get dolled up. She said this, get like dolled up. And I told him, that's just too much work. And I'm just thinking, but.
It's rude.
Is it?
Because was it too much work though when you were dating him, or just now that you don't have to get him anymore? Also I think when women don't keep their self together, they become haters of other women who do. So kind of like what that lady was doing. She was kind of being a hater. You know what I mean? And
I was
always
minding
take
my own business.
Yeah, dowdy women.
I was minding my
right, like these dowdy women who get mad at women because they wear makeup.
Right.
Or, I don't wear all that mess. Well, that doesn't make you better. It just, and some of you do need some makeup. By the way, I'm just being clear. I think that at some point, lip gloss is not enough. And you can be mad at me about that. I'm sorry. There are some women that you need to put some makeup on. You know what I mean? And makeup is not to transform your whole face, but it does wake you up.
It does.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean?
He can be mad at me for that.
He can be mad at me for that. Some women need to, let the lip gloss go and put some.
But I also think,
color on.
Kara, I also think that they want to.
Yeah.
I just don't. I do because I have talked to women who just say, "I just don't know how to do it." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, so don't hate on other women because you don't just ask how you do it.
You know put a lot. I'm not wearing a lot of makeup right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm literally not wearing a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
And my point is saying that though is though I can walk out my, I can walk outside and feel like I'm ready to be somewhere.
Right.
When I get up in the morning, I mean, I don't just wake up. And I change my clothes.
Yeah, and I'm talking about grooming too, not just makeup and fancy hairstyles and fancy clothes. I'm talking about grooming, like making sure your hair it's like all intact, just making sure you look right, making sure your clothes are all wrinkled, and So it's not necessarily just about hair and makeup. It's about grooming in general. That I think that people when women lose their way, it just, to me, I feel like it becomes a really big issue, and they get a little bitter, like you said, with women who are keeping their self up, so.
Because you're not a contender anymore.
Yeah. Right.
You know,
But she
and,
said,
you're
she
not in the
did.
game
What she
anymore.
did say to me, she was like, she was like, you must be still single. She was absolutely accurate. She said, you must be still single because you're still doing all of that like that. I was like, I've had long term relationships that were like years long relationships, and I always keep myself up. Like even when I'm in a relationship, long term, extended relationships, I like to keep myself up. I like to look like I care about myself. I think when you look like you care about yourself, then that is what I feel like the world looks at you in that way too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So not just with relationships as like romantic relationships, but like work relationships. When you go to work, you gotta look presentable.
Yeah.
If you get called out for not looking presentable, though, that means that you're not representing yourself well, which means you're not going to represent that business well.
But looks draw people to you. You know what I mean? When you go to a bar, the man who's looking at you is looking at you because of your looks. He doesn't know you yet, so he doesn't know your personality yet. Now, he might not like you because your personality, but the looks will draw you to it. You know what I mean? If you are trying to get a job, looks will draw you to a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to be what it is that, you got to look the part of what it is you're trying to attract.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people don't think that. They think personality alone is enough, and it really isn't, because personality alone will only get you, looks get you through the door, then your personality comes into play. Right. But if you just have personality and you're not working on your outer self, then you'll never get to the second base where personality does matter.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I think that it's important that people really focus on themselves.
Yeah, take care. Yeah.
Like I put a post up today on Facebook because I was, I look at people and the people worship celebrities because celebrities, you have to understand, celebrities have makeup artists, they have lighting,
yeah, they have
makeup artists, they have
yeah.
weight trainers and what do you call it, personal trainers. You know what I
yeah.
mean? They wear the clothes. There are people like Angela Bassett, for instance, which Angela Bassett to me is a beautiful woman, especially with being her. Yeah, but she is wearing weave, and she is wearing eyelashes, and she is wearing shapewear, and she is wearing heels, and she is wearing that. Now that makes people want to look at her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But people think that looking like her comes with no effort.
Yeah,
if you want it, like women her age, they'll be like, I hope I look that, or people are like, I want to look like that at 60. It's like, okay, well then you gotta wake up and put some interest in yourself. Yeah. I mean, I put a post up today was saying that you need to never worship someone else's looks.
Yeah.
You never worship someone else's looks and not give yourself the same respect. If you can't look in the mirror and like what you see, but all you can do is flip through magazines and look at other people.
Oh, I wish I was taller. I wish I looked like, just, and just comparing yourself to those people. Yeah.
Right. And I never need to look at any celebrity and feel bad about myself.
Yeah, there was a time, though, I did. There was a time, a long time ago, I used to be addicted to those magazines. I stopped looking at magazines, oh my God, like 15 years ago? I mean, like years ago. 15 years ago, maybe a little bit less. I stopped buying magazines because there was a time where I was just not looking like those women in the magazines or on the covers, and it was depressing because you're waking up every day, you're like, how do these women look like this every single day? And then you realize later on, oh, Photoshop. Oh, not even that, just they have the right team to to look like that. And then we lived in New York, so periodically we would see celebrities like walking the streets of New York, just walking, and they're me. And that really helped me seeing like celebrities, just like regular celebrities out there doing their grocery shopping, living in a city where you see that on a daily, and you know what I mean, and it just realizing, oh, they look they're just like normal people. They're not, Right. So I don't know. I just think that I don't think you should be addicted to those magazines and the videos and the those TV shows and how they look. You should really understand that it does take effort, but they're on a whole nother.
But also makeup to me and stuff is just like putting on your clothes.
It is to me too.
You know what I mean? So if you really go shopping for clothes and you really love shopping for clothes, it's no different. So people always say, oh, what happened to all the natural beauty? Natural hair, no makeup. You know what I mean? There's no fake eyelashes and stuff. And I just think to myself, don't take that stuff so seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? The most women aren't being natural. You haven't been natural since you were a child. Yeah. You know what I mean? And now even children don't even look natural anymore. The parents dress them up like little adults. You know what I mean? But my point in saying this is that natural beauty is, to me, is what you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it comes from within and how you look at yourself.
Yeah.
Just because you wear no makeup doesn't mean that that you have some natural beauty that a woman that's wearing makeup
that you're conscious
doesn't have.
Way,
no. You know what I mean? That's just not true. And even men, when men say it, men will say it all the time. They'll say, you know, oh, I'm sick of women wearing eyelashes and I'm sick of women wearing hair weave. But then they'll thirst over all of these Hollywood celebrities that are wearing all of that.
Right. And you know, it's funny with men make this is funny with the whole men thing, because whenever I like on my Facebook page, maybe I'll post like either like a little video just showing you some makeup looks, or I'll just show pictures of me doing makeup looks, and I will always get a man that will come in and go, oh, you know, I don't know why you women wearing all that, you don't need all that, it's not natural and whatever. I'm like, and I said this once to a guy, I was like, well, I noticed that you have a beard, right? And then he was like, yeah, and I said, you groom your beard, correct? You don't need your beard. I don't need makeup. Okay, first of all, makeup, you don't need it. It's not curing cancer. It's not saving no lives. It's just makeup. It washes off. It's not that big of a deal, right? But it does, you know, I mean, like you're putting effort into yourself. That's the whole point of makeup, just boosting yourself up. And I said to him, I said, well, so you have a beard. You don't need that beard. It grows, but you don't really need it. But you do have it, and you're grooming it. I noticed that it looks combed. I noticed that it looks well kept and lined up. It looks so. And I said, so that's not natural. The way your beard grows out of your face is a mess, right? If you don't groom it, it's a mess. And he was completely like, I said, now I get that that's a different. You can go and buy makeup. You can't go. Well, you can go and buy a beard. But most people. You can go buy beards, just like you can buy weave. But I said to him, I said, so that's kind of the thing. He kind of understood what I was saying after I said that. I'm like, well, you know, that's the same thing, is that you're doing something to keep yourself up, present yourself. You want to make sure everything's lined up, looking good, and, you know, spruced up. This is what makeup's doing for women. And he just kind of like dropped the whole subject. And, you know, he didn't totally agree, but he did see where I was coming from. So
I asked this guy once a long time ago in New York. I was like, do you date women that wear like weaves and stuff? And he said, yeah. I don't mind women that wear makeup and weaves. And why? It makes me feel like you care about yourself.
Oh, nice.
I was like, wow, that's really. And he said most guys do though. And I was really. He said, yeah, most of these guys who say that they want natural women are really only saying it for emphasis. Yeah. But the truth is that. The truth is that men like it when women like themselves. Yeah, you know what I mean. And he was just like, so regardless if that comes with the weave, or that comes with eyelashes, or whatever, he said men like it when you are confident in your, with yourself. You know what you wear really isn't.
That's not the big,
No. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he said, but getting up and putting time into yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is what he said about when he sees women that wear makeup. He said, it just shows me that you really care. You really put time and effort in yourself, and you really go out there. He said he feels the same way about women when they work out. You really feel time. You really put effort in yourself. Or women when they whatever they're doing that furthers them. You're just like, I just think that to me it's just whenever you're doing anything that furthers yourself or makes you feel good about yourself or builds confidence within you. He's like, I think most men will agree that that's just makes you feel confident.
Now, when we came back home to Indiana. So we went through a big change, again, watch our first video, you'll see what we're talking about. But I gave up on my look. This is why I'm talking about this, y'all, because I literally gave up on my looks because I went from, sprucing up every single day, wearing, makeup and doing my hair and, caring about the way my clothes look and all that. And then I lost everything. We had to start our lives all over again, financially, all of that. And it depressed me, and I no longer was. All of a sudden, I became who I didn't even recognize myself. I wasn't wearing makeup anymore. I didn't really care. I mean, like, my hair was just kind of the same. It was nothing. I didn't really care, and that I literally did not feel like myself. Yeah. So I know what it's like to be stuck in a rut and not care, and just kind of give up on that. But I really feel like it does boost your self-esteem
when you start doing it again.
Effort, when you put the effort into yourself, and then that changes mentally. You can kind of move forward differently mentally. It's weird how it can how your appearance looks can change how you are mentally too. So
I think it's like this one guy said that men are he wrote something like men are better because they never have to wear makeup. We're always natural.
Okay,
So we're naturally beautiful is what they're trying to say.
Yeah.
That women always have to make themselves pretty. Men aren't.
Yeah.
Men are just naturally beautiful. We have to be naturally beautiful. And for that I say no.
Because I still include grooming.
I include everything.
I still include grooming.
I include clothes.
Yeah.
I include grooming. I include all of that. So I say no. You know what I mean? If you don't take care of yourself,
it shows.
Regardless, makeup or not, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You can be unattractive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Looks are important.
Right.
They will get you through the door. They won't be everything, but they will get you through the door. They'll get you friends.
Yeah.
It really will. People identify with you with how you look. You know what I mean? They will get you friends. They will get you jobs. They will get you. It won't be everything, but it will get you through the door.
Right.
And it's very important that you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
On the inside and the out, but just on, but we're only talking about physical right now. It is get to take care of yourself. Don't ever have an illusion, a delusion that your looks mean nothing.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing about getting older is that like you said, when you were younger, you watched magazines all the time and you worshiped these celebrities and stuff, and that's why you stopped watching them. But I will say that as I get older, I don't care about what people really think of me too much.
Yeah.
And also I don't feel like these women that I'm looking at in magazines are any better than me. When I was younger, I did. You know what I mean? When I thought everything in the magazine is something I wasn't, and so
it's pretty natural for a younger person in their 20s to care about almost 90% of what people think. You walk in the world and you're young thinking that, but as you get older, it's a
woman in her
different.
40s, like I look in the mirror and I like what I see. So I don't feel like that I'm unattractive. I don't feel any of that. And no one can make me feel that way. Not a magazine, not a celebrity, not a man, nothing.
And I'm not right. There's always things that I feel like I want to change, like my weight. I would like to lose a little bit more weight. But even but even with weight,
but it becomes more for yourself then,
right?
Not for everyone else. And that's what I'm saying.
But I still love the way I look. It's not stopping me from living life just because I have on some extra pounds that I don't want. It doesn't stop me from wanting to look presentable, just because, so.
Well, I mean, I really do think that people really need to, love what they are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can dress it up and dress it down however you want to do. But you should appreciate yourself. Period.
Yeah, because you used to, because you were, cause in my 20s, I used to wear a lot of makeup, like a lot of makeup, pile of makeup, you know what I mean? And now I just find it very easy to be very, keep it, like I like makeup, so keep it somewhat dramatic in some way, but also just very loose, just easy. I like to make things very easy. That's what happens when you get older. You want things just to be easy, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, they were. What was someone said that if you're comfortable and what I think it was Karl Lagerfeld. He said if you're comfortable, if you're walking down the street and you're not uncomfortable in something, then you're not wearing the outfit right, or something like that.
Oh, some people who have like people who dress for comfort only.
He said if you're too comfortable, he said you need to go back and rethink that look because. That's dressing is supposed
comfort,
to,
yeah. Dressing is because there has to be a sense of style, right? Like I think everyone has their own style. There's people who are sporty style. There's people who are a bougie style. None of these are wrong, by the way, right? But there is such a thing as style. So he is right. If you are only dressing for the weather. I mean, you're only dressed. It's sunny outside, so I'm gonna wear shorts and a t-shirt, and there's no thought that puts in the.
I mean, high heels are not comfortable, but they look good.
They look good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they look good. You know what I mean? Waist trainers are not comfortable, but they
make the outfit look good. You know what I mean? The outfit look wonderful.
And so that makes you comfortable.
Yes. I love some Spanx.
Yeah,
I do. I love me some Spanx.
That's what I'm saying. Makeup isn't always the most comfortable either.
Yeah.
But when I look in the mirror, I'm like, I like it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's okay.
I like to. That's the one thing we like about doing the videos because we don't wear makeup. Like we don't wear makeup, but it's kind of fun to every like Monday to get a little spruced up, do a little something extra than I would normally do because normally I'm. I got my eyebrows on. I got some concealer and I'm done.
I'm not wearing a lot of makeup now. I'm literally wearing a light eyeshadow and an eyebrow.
Right.
And lip gloss.
But the point is that you want to present yourself to the people, and you wouldn't come on here looking like a hot mess.
No. But my first video we did, I didn't wear any makeup.
Yeah, we didn't, did we?
That 2 minute thing, I didn't wear a drop.
Yeah, we just turned on the camera and got on there. So
I don't really care.
But you have to also be that's being secure with yourself. So I can walk outside, I can go to the store and live my life with not a stitch of makeup on whatsoever, and feel completely secure with myself. I don't. It does not matter to me, with or without. It does not matter to me. I just think it's fun,
But don't come out of the house with bonnets.
Don't. I'm big on the bonnet thing,
and hair
y'all.
wraps and night clothes.
And this is the controversial thing. This whole bonnet thing. There was a principal of a school. I saw this article. It was not too long ago where she wrote a letter to all of the parents of the high school not to come to the school, pick your children with the hair bonnets on. You're not allowed to come to the school. This was the thing. She's allowed to do it. It was not illegal to do that, and it just caused an uproar with all these women, obviously a lot of black women, because most of us are the ones that are wearing the bonnets. But the principal's a black woman, and her philosophy on this was, your children should not, and children should not, you are mimicking, you are the example. So you walking up into the school and dropping your kids off and picking your kids up with these bonnets in your hair and night clothes is showing them how to not care about themselves. You're starting in their younger years off on showing them how to not care about yourself. She's like, and so she just banned the bonnets.
Yeah.
And they're mad, but I gotta say, when they go pick their kids up, they look normal. Now, they're not wearing fancy stuff. They just take the bonnet off. Stop wearing your night clothes.
I'm not even saying put makeup on.
I'm not saying that either. Forget makeup. Forget makeup for a minute. But look presentable. Right.
I mean, this lady at Walmart the other day had some really horrible eyelashes on.
Yeah.
And then she had a bonnet on her head. And she had like 3 kids. And all I could think is like...
Yeah. How the kids look. How the kids look. Because that, sometimes.
Well, I mean, like her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just kind of their hair was not close. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, there's enough time in the day. You know, take the bonnet off. If you're going to some clothes on.
If someone's making a quick trip to the corner store real quick.
No.
And they want to, you still
if
think
you're leaving your home, you're going into the world.
I feel the same way. I know, and I always try to cut people a break, like, okay, well, life is fast. I don't have kids, and they, so they have to, get from one place to the other, especially single moms, one place to another. They're just trying to hurry up and get their kids. They won't be late. Still, I'm just
and that's what I say. I know mothers who have really,
Me too.
who have literally said that's BS.
It's a bunch
They're
of
just
BS.
like, I know mothers have 3 or 4 children, and they're like, no, you can get some clothes on.
I know mothers who have 5 children, and like, no, you need to look right.
You need to look right. You need to get some clothes on.
Yeah.
You can't, you know what I mean? She's like, well, you teach your kids don't listen to what you say. They listen to how you act.
How you act.
Or they
example.
watch you more than they listen. You could tell them all day long, you know what I mean, to not do drugs, but if you're doing it, they're going to probably try it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, your kids, they watch you. They watch you all day long. But, to me, a lot of people won't agree with this, but I do think looks matter.
No, yeah.
Well,
people don't. I think people don't want to agree. I think people are afraid to agree with that because it sounds shallow, talking about looks and your appearance. But it's not a shallow thing. It really is. It really is you are your own presentation. I feel like that's what you are, a walking billboard of yourself, and your opportunities can be limited. Opportunities for relationships, jobs, all of that can be limited with the way that you choose to, go outside the world. Now, again, like we were saying in the beginning, that does not mean that if someone has the perfect makeup every day, perfectly placed clothing, perfect shoes, perfect bag, that they're somehow secure. That doesn't mean that person is secure with themselves. That doesn't mean. But we're talking about just looks only right now, and I feel like, at the very least, the thing that you can do is at least groom yourself and look well, and stop downing people who take pride in their appearance. When I
was back in New York, there was this girl that never wore makeup all the time, and we were going to be makeup artists and stuff.
Right.
And so I used to go to the Mac counter all the time because I worked on the 4th floor at Herald Square. And every time I would buy something from Mac, she would always say, "Well, why do you care so much? Makeup doesn't matter. Makeup doesn't matter." So then one day she showed me all these pictures of herself because her sister or somebody was having a birthday or something. Anyway, they went to a popular club in New York, right? And so I looked at her picture, and this girl had on a dress. She had eyeshadow, eyeliner, lip gloss. I said, I find this interesting. So I said, if makeup doesn't matter, why did it matter this day?
Right. Why that day?
And then she was just like, well, because I was going, I said, no, it's because you were going to be around men.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to be the girl
Yeah.
that wasn't standing out. You know, there was a girl, there's a girl that's on YouTube that I watch, and she is pretty shallow. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, she is pretty shallow, but she does make some points sometimes. Yeah. And she was saying that she's married, right. But she was saying, and when I say she's shallow, it's because she shows women how to get rich men. That's why she's like that girl. Yeah. But she does make some points. Just because people do bad things doesn't mean that sometimes they don't make sense.
Yeah.
And she said whenever you go to a bar, when she goes to upscale bars to meet, men, she would say that men do not go to the woman that's wearing no makeup and didn't comb their hair and wearing flats.
Right.
They go to the shiny looking woman that's got her hair done and a nice dress on and some heels. Yeah. They do that. She's just like, so all of you women that want to tell me that natural is winning. Yeah. I'm sorry about your delusion, but that isn't true. Yeah. And she's just like, and the truth, she said, and the proof of that is that when all of these natural women go to clubs, then they wear eyelashes, and all of a sudden they finally out of nowhere they find push-up bras and tight dresses and heels, and she's just like, it's BS.
Yeah, okay? all of a sudden the dolling up makes a whole lot of sense.
So when this girl said this to me, I said, it's funny. I said, well, then what did you wear it here for? Yeah, and she was like, well, it was because I said, because you were going out. You were going out, and when you go out, you know there are going to be other women there, but there are also going to be men there. Yeah. And you didn't want to be the girl who's not noticed. Right. So let's just keep it real. When you look your best and you feel your best, you not only when you look your best, you show a side of yourself. You know, they say like when people who are overweight and then when they lose weight, they always go, well, now I get all this attention. I was like, yeah, because you feel better. But you feel better because when you feel good about the way you look and you feel good, you show a different side of yourself. Yeah. You don't want to hide no more. Right. And so that's what happens. Like a lot of women that don't do the makeup stuff or whatever, but as soon as they go out, they put their best foot forward and they start putting in a little bit of weave and they start pushing up those boobs a little bit and going. And the thing is because
the psychology.
But then not only that, their personality goes along with the way they look.
Well, that's the psychology though behind that is that when you look better, you feel better. You feel better. It is true when you spruce yourself up, when you give a damn about the way you're presenting yourself, it does do something to your self-esteem. It has to. Because you're looking in the mirror and you're seeing like, oh, I cared today. You know what I mean? Like I cared today. It makes you want to always do that. So there's a philosophy behind that. You know, when you look, you do feel better.
You feel better. It just is what it is. It's not everything. Right. It
but
really
it isn't.
It's not everything, but it is important. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, so I just say, if you're if you're somebody who feels like it's not, I really feel like I do feel like I could be wrong, y'all, but I do feel like people who say they don't care anymore about the way they look, it's not that big of a deal, I don't care. I don't believe you. No. I think you do care. You just don't know where to start because you lost your way. Yeah. That's just my feelings. I could be completely wrong about this, but I do feel that way because whenever I talk to someone who says that, they're also interested in what I'm like. You know what I mean? Like the lady. Like, you know, what kind of makeup palette is she doing? I'm like, you don't care. Why you looking? You don't care. So, I think y'all do. I think you do care. I think you do care. So if you're stuck in a rut, that's one thing. You can get out of that. But if you're saying you don't care, y'all, you got to care about your looks. You got to care about the way that you present yourself to the world. It means something. It does mean something. So
have you ever seen a woman that's like 40 or 50, and then she shows you a picture of herself when she was like 20, and you're like, wow. What happened? Yeah, and they'll go, that was back when I used to, when I was young. And I was like, you do realize that you can still own that that feeling. Yeah. You know. Whatever. And then everything they talked about was fun then too. Yeah. Like they went out and they did this and they, and all of this it shows. Yeah. It shows. It looks like you were having fun. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like now you've just completely lost your way, you know?
It's true.
I like good-looking people.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I like good-looking, like The Rock. Wow. I mean, I love looking at Dwayne. I love looking at Dwayne Johnson. I'm not even into light-skinned guys. Yeah. But that is a good-looking man. Yeah. Like that is. I mean,
he cares,
and it's not even about his money either. That man is one good-looking man. I mean, he really goes into going for it.
Yeah. He really.
that is a beautiful man. I mean, you can't help but look at him. It's like, wow, you know what I mean? It's like you get mesmerized by, and I do like good looking people.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I mean? I like to be around people who care about their life, and people who look like they care too. Like, you know what I mean? Like they come in and just looking.
Yeah, I care.
Like
they're ready to go. They look like they care, so I care, and I'm looking.
You have to present yourself the way you want to show up in the world.
Yeah, you have to care.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I want to show up in the world a certain way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And nobody has to like my looks, by the way.
Yeah.
No one does.
Well, you're not gonna
all you have to do is like your own self. Like, I like
I'm
my
not going to
looks.
be appealing to everybody.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah.
When I look in the mirror without makeup. When I look in the mirror in the morning, I look at myself and I say, yeah, you're a pretty good looking woman. You know, and I'm saying that as a 43-year-old. Is that you got to like yourself. You got to be satisfied. You got to be satisfied with how you look and, you know, and how you show up in the world. You know, and if you feel like every time you look at somebody else, you got to be jealous of them, then, you know, you really need to work on yourself inside.
Right.
It's time for some changes.
All right. On that note, you guys, tell us what you think about the video. Like our videos. Subscribe to our channel as well as our Facebook page. It is all Kara. Convos with Kara and Danielle across the board. And let us know what you think. We will be back next Tuesday with another topic. Don't know what it's going to be yet. But we'll be back to share that with you guys. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.